Morning to all. Last unit we have discussed about construction planning, precedence activities, activity duration, resource requirement for activities and etc. In unit 2, scheduling procedures and techniques, we are going to discuss about relevance of construction schedules, bar chart, the critical path method, calculations for critical path scheduling, activity flow and schedules, presenting project schedules, critical path scheduling for activity on node and with the lead, lag and windows, calculation of schedules with the lead, lag and windows, resource oriented scheduling, scheduling with the resource constraints and precedence, use of advanced scheduling techniques, scheduling with uncertain duration, crashing and time or cost trade-off, improving the scheduling process, and introduction to the application software. Let's discuss one by one. Object of scheduling. Scheduling means putting the plan on calendar basis. A project network shows the sequence and interdependencies of activities, their time and their earliest and latest completion time. But this needs to be scheduled to determine commencement and termination dates of each activity. Optimum use of optimum resources or working within resource constraints is a timetable of work. A basic distinction exists between resource-oriented scheduling techniques. These projects is divided into number of operations. The main advantage of scheduling is by studying of any work and the many alternative methods of execution, we can choose the best one. It also gives clear idea regarding the required men, materials and equipment at the different stages of work. The resource utilization is also optimized. Actual progress of work is monitored with the actual plan by day to day. If there is any delay, proper remedial measures can be taken to avoid such delays. Relevance of construction schedules. In addition to assigning dates to the project activities, the project scheduling is intended to match the resource of equipment, materials and labor with the project work tasks over time. A good scheduling can eliminate problems due to production bottlenecks, facilitate the timely procurement of necessary materials, and otherwise ensure the completion of your project as soon as possible. The delays in the completion of an entire project due to a poor scheduling can also create havoc for owners who are eager to start using the constructed facilities. Attitude towards the formal scheduling of projects are often extreme. Many owners require detailed construction schedules to be submitted by contractors as means of monitoring the work progress. The actual work performed is commonly compared to the schedule to determine if construction is proceeding satisfactorily. After the completion of construction, similar comparisons between the planned schedule and the actual accomplishment may be performed to allocate the liability for project delays due to changes requested by the owner, workers, strikes, or other unforeseen circumstances. A basic distinction exists between resource-oriented and time-oriented scheduling techniques. For resource-oriented scheduling, the focus is on using and scheduling particular resources in an effective fashion. For example, the manager's main concern on high-rise building site might be ensure that cranes are used effectively for moving materials without affecting scheduling in this case. Delivery trucks might queue on the ground and workers wait for deliveries on the upper floor. For a time-oriented scheduling, the emphasis is on determining the completion time on the project given that the necessary precedence relationship among activities. A hybrid technique for resource leveling or resource constraint scheduling in the presence of precedence relationship also exists. Most scheduling software is time-oriented, although virtually all of the program have capability to introduce resource constraints. The bar chart is a type or schedule provides the simplified version of work plan which can easily be understood by all the concerned with the planning, coordination, execution and control of the project. The following steps are involved in the scheduled chart. First you have to select the earliest starting time point of activity layout on the graph and how to draw line sloping equal to its rate of execution, which means 1 unit per day. Then how to plot the lowest rate slowing line and mark its intersection with the top to foundation horizontal line. And starting from the point of intersection, move forward horizontally on top line and identify the latest completion point of subsequent activity as indicated by the setback.